Welcome to ForceProSports Laserforce Podcast with your host, Mr. Mischief.
Welcome to ForceProSports. My name is Mr. Mischief. I am updating the intro. I don't know what it is yet, but I want it to sound less manufactured. I want it to sound great. The point is, laser tag is, I think, if we fast forward 20 to 50 years, going to be the new football. It's going to be the new soccer, the new worldwide most awesome sport, because it is basically a perfect mix between a real life video game and a real life sport. I'm Mr. Mischief. I'm your host today, incredibly amateur laser tag sports analyst, joined by two of the most recent competitors from Laserforce Internationals, SgtTucker and Simply OK from Loveland, Colorado, USA. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing good. Doing
well. Good day.
This has been a long time coming. I've been wanting to do this episode ever since you guys got back from Laserforce Internationals in Brisbane, Australia. You two had a pretty great third place showing repping the USA out in foreign land. And I'm just curious, like, how do you feel ever since coming back from that tournament?
I feel older. My knees were gone for like a month.
I still remember day one. John and I were, do we need to get new shoes? Will we be okay? John went to practice and he comes back and he goes, Joe, we've got to go get new shoes. I was like, we're going to slip on the ramp.
I went in just to check out the arena, and I was like, man, these are still decently steep ramps. I wonder how my shoes are going to do, because I knew my shoes were falling apart. And I stepped, like literally one step on the ramp, and my foot slid a little bit. And I was like, nope, I need new shoes.
Yeah, it's nice because now I have better tag shoes. Because I remember the first game I played, I think you were on my team. And I go, you were so right. Thank you, John. As I'm running up the rampway during practice.
Dude, it looked amazing. I've heard that this was like the biggest arena advantage, home field advantage in Laserforce history. You were up against the best in the world in their home territory, and you guys did. I'm not sure what other people feel, but I'm proud of you. And maybe I'm a little biased because you're my brothers. You know, we've been through a lot together, but y'all were the highest ranking USA team. That is fact. Or at least the highest ranking USA team or international team. Like, how do you feel about the way you guys finished the tournament?
I feel pretty good. I feel like the teams we were going against, specifically Brisboom and the BDRL, were so strong. You're right. The home field advantage was just crazy. The knowledge of angles and paths and like, it's just, they had it. And we even had games where we were struggling against Briz C, the Laserforce crew, because of that same thing. Just knowing the angles and the pathing is so massive, and especially in that arena where it's such a maze.
I felt good about it. I wanted to try and take second, but I have no qualms about taking third. I was hoping we'd do a little bit better, but I think we did awesome.
Yeah. Well, so y'all went out as the International Men of Mystery. You ended up taking third place. There were 3 Brisbane teams. You were able to conquer one of them, but not the other 2. In fact, no one could really conquer that second one. The BDRL came out with basically a perfect record, apart from facing Brisboom, and like one game they lost on penalty. You guys fought valiantly. The team was you two, the Fear Turkey, Death Knight, Old Man Thanatos, and El Diablo from Germany, repping the EU, or at least him and Tomik. Mm-hmm. And there are many tales to be told, but tonight the reason we're coming on is we are going to rewatch the finals match between International Men of Mystery and US East, or the All-American Supercharged team. I'm wondering if you guys could fill us in a little bit on like what the thoughts and expectations were between these two teams, because it felt like the USA rivalry match. And also not just West versus East, but maybe we could call it the old versus the new talent. What were you guys' thoughts on this matchup?
I definitely felt, I don't know if intimidated is the right word, but I think, new blood versus old blood is definitely super accurate. I'm a much newer player than Scythe and Baden and, a lot of the players on the US East team. So I think I was just trying to fight for a spot in finals, trying to not necessarily prove myself, but show that I can play some damn good laser tag. So I think it was not necessarily I was frightened, but I definitely didn't underestimate them by any means.
Mine was honestly just I struggled each time Scythe was commander. I have a great quote for it for later. But mine basically just became I have to let go of trying to get a ton of tags and mostly just try to help be calling out a bunch and like calling out positions. Especially when my thoughts were if we're going to be green side and they're going to be red, Baden's going to be in Vortex. I got to try and shoot him every time he turns away from me. And if he doesn't turn away from me, make him aware that I'm here in Helm and just keep looking at me so I can buy as much time as possible while the other heavy is not doing anything. And then on red side, just hope I can get one into his armor so John can do anything from bridge was kind of where my goal became. It was put one into a 3-hit, hope John can get resets and go in.
Yeah, we had shown that we could beat them. Like we beat them in round play. But I think we just needed to pinpoint the exact weaknesses necessarily that they were showing, and try and bolster our defenses on our weaknesses that we were seeing, which was really hard. Like trying to keep Cody and Beans at bay on Scout was really hard, for me at least. I know I got tagged a bunch by Beans and Cody, so we were just trying to figure out exactly what we needed to do to help guarantee that win.
It was also hard to judge how deep of a hole we were in because day one, first game, Scythe had his pack shut down for about a minute trying to get it reactivated. So we just got full control of everything while that was happening. Yeah. And then I think day 3, when we faced them again, Scythe was food poisoned. So he wasn't able to go faster than really a walk. So we were kind of just like, we should beat them, but we beat them off of 2 weaker showings. So it's how hard will it now actually be with him coming at us now fully healthy, ready to go? Yeah. And what's going to happen. So.
That's interesting context. So it's like you had technically won your matches against them, but you knew they weren't at full strength. Coming into finals, you didn't quite know how much they were going to elevate because of being at full strength.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a brawl.
I think from the previous year, we also didn't know exactly what their final lineup was going to be because the previous year we hid our final lineup. Like the Loveland Phoenix hid our full final lineup to help play that last card in finals. So we weren't sure what finals was going to fully look like.
I mean, we kind of had an idea that it was going to be Stu on resupply, probably Lenny on resupply, and Baden heavy. But the rest of it, we didn't know if it was going to be Scythe commander or Beans commander. And so we had to be ready to make a quick adjustment based on which one came at us. We kind of banked on Scythe commander, but we were like, it could be Beans. We got to be ready.
Yeah. All right, let's dive in. We got 2 full games to watch, so we have plenty of time. I'm going to share my screen with you both. Our viewers will be able to watch as well. Audio will be pretty low here, just so that we can talk over the game. But I'll go ahead and we'll start playing. Feel free to ask me to pause at any moment, and we will pause and discuss, or you can talk over. Your audio is way louder than the audio in the video. All of that being said, I'm gonna need to. Okay, that should help. Okay, so entering this matchup, here we are. We got y'all here in the blue in the first game. What were your thoughts right at this moment?
Oh man, this is it.
Yeah. DK's even saying we gotta, one game at a time.
Focus on the basics.
Mm-hmm.
DK's telling you focus on the basics. What was that dynamic between you all? Having like DK and Than being kind of the veterans on the team, but then the team being mostly made up of, or half made up of Loveland players.
I thought it felt nice. I think DK helping like give more structure to the team helped a lot more. Like we had set game plans before each game, even though we didn't like fully follow the game plans to the T every game. He kind of helped take charge mid game. He was the IGL, the in-game leader, if you will, for the most part. Otherwise, it was a lot of us just communicating, trying to help each other out. So.
And we also, for my part, as someone who is in Helm, one of the things that I had been constantly like worried about was I'm not doing enough damage to the other side, especially from blue into red, because I'm not shifting as much. I'm staying way back there so I can see Vortex and things like that. And I kind of had to like, it wasn't that I had to let it go. It was that I had enough trust in DK that where he was at in Green Tower, you could see several times where he just, 1, 2, 3s through the window into a heavy or somebody else in bridge who's coming after me. And so it was very much like I have to have faith, but I do have faith in DK to kind of have my back on that one.
And this was losers bracket, right? So whoever lost this match was out of the game or was out of the tournament.
This is 3 and 4 at this point.
Okay, so stakes are as high as they can be here. All right, that's good context. So you guys get a resupply. There's a little bit of lag whenever we can see the stars moving in the background, but the video not moving. We know that the video is lagging a little bit. Okay, so right off the bat, looks like the Fear Turkey and Simply Okay get 5 shots into the enemy team compared to just 1 from blues or from red. So you guys get a good start there.
So I do
double tag beans there.
What I was doing a lot at the beginning of a lot of those games was, it's very reminiscent if anyone's watched Doctor Who, the look at me, I'm a target, and I'd run into Helm and people would shoot me, and John and Josiah would be able to be like bonk, 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 and just start setting up from that point.
So it looks like both teams have set up in their pretty normal resupply spots here. I'm going to keep the action rolling a little bit.
So I got an extra double because I was planning to stay out longer, because one thing I had noticed was that I was coming back at awkward timings. And so I was hoping that I could stay out longer to assist with what's going on.
I was just trying to find an opening. I had fallen back a little bit in bridge to get some double so I could stay out a little longer.
Yep. So right now, I put 2 into brood. John comes in, puts the last one in, downs him, and trades. And that kind of just felt like it was my goal, was just keep putting damage into brew. And there, again, John gets him, and then I down him. So now John gets a little bit of the priority. And that was just my focus to start the game, was if I can put 1 into him or do something like that, where I'm just putting 1 into him constantly, the pressure's going to mount and he's already getting low.
Yeah.
And so that was my goal.
Something I noticed right off the bat is that we got Disco Stew on Scout with a 5 hit diff, Scythe on ammo, and Beans Commander. Was this what you guys were expecting, or was this a surprise?
Not at all. Scythe on ammo was the last thing we were expecting.
It took me a long time to figure out Stu was a scout instead of a resupply.
So that switch seemed to be kind of something they did in finals. And right off the bat here, at least, Stu is definitely the most effective player on his team. Maybe Scythe right here with the 6-hit diff. Seems like both AMOs are pulling a lot of weight here in the opening.
Yeah, 100%. I think Scythe is getting that major hit diff because he's tagging Josiah quite a bit because Josiah is trying to create that pressure to let me refill so I can stay out longer. I had only gotten, down to, middle of the road lives, middle of the road ammo, but I wanted to get full because I knew that both Joe and Marcus were probably going to need it soon. So I didn't want all three of us back at the same time. And I was close to a nuke, so I wanted to try to make it to where I could go out, get some damage off, get my nuke. So by that time, Josiah hopefully is full, and he can make that push that we need.
I remember honestly messaging you guys throughout the week, like, hey, look at BDRL. They are doing lots of that heavy nuke wombo combo. You guys need to synergize. Like, what was the plan between you and Josiah at this point?
It was hard to mimic BDRL. I think their synergy was just there. I think the combo between synergy and home field is just so powerful. I think if we matched their synergy, I think we could have gotten semi-close. But I definitely think that there were some synergy problems. Sorry, I can't speak. Synergy problems with International Men of Mystery. Nothing detrimental. Like we got third place, we got podium, but I feel like if we had better synergy, we would have done better. So
a big thing that was happening while you guys were talking about that as well is kind of what I was trying to prove, or trying to say, where there was a set where I downed both Baden and Beans without going down because I was just trying to make them look my way. And so
that was intense. Beans nukes in the new tower with cover.
Nuke puts Josiah down to 8 lives.
This is very back and forth.
But Beans is so low. He used all of his stuff to get that nuke.
This is what I mean, though. So I'm back at this point, and so is Marcus, I believe. And so the game becomes, hey, I've got to go. So Beats tells me to get out, and I just go into Helm and start getting resets onto Cody with John because all of them are back as well. And there we go. Because it was basically just, hey, I need you to go out and make a little bit of space while Josiah gets it. And I go, okay, I got 16 to work with. I can at least bleed a little bit without dying. And the problem is I'm in that bottom left corner, so you don't see me, but I'm still in there. There you go.
And their whole team is pushed back into New Tower, aside from one, which I think is... No, Stu's there, so I think it's just Cody. No, Cody's in there.
It's true.
Yep.
And there's you, I think.
Yeah, I'm pushing.
John's pushing, and so I'm in essence watching blue. They're gonna take away the helm cam, but I'm just watching blue ramp, so that way when John flees that direction, I have a line on whoever might be pressuring John. And so now you can see I just went back into green tower because that's where they asked to get resupplied. And I'd be like, hey, one of the big things DK kept asking is, can you tell us what the field status is every time you come back? And so at this point, I'm like, hey, we're doing fine. They're all pushed back, it looks like right now. I feel like I'm doing really, really good. John's probably going to need soon. So give me like 2 or 3 extra. And so I get, this hit here is silly where I get hit by.
Yeah, and this is me coming back for doubles.
Yeah.
And this is where you are, right, Joe?
And the helm over there. Yeah.
It's kind of way over there in the window, and you can shoot into what's that, the new tower or the red tower?
This is new tower where red is resupplying at.
Okay, that's good synergy right there. You see Josiah running right up into here as you nuke, John.
Yeah, I
That
was
was
yelling for him.
perfect.
I told
Part of-
Josiah to go.
We're gonna
Yeah.
rewind that because that was just gold.
Part of what was going on is I was having to be the linchpin between the two of them.
Boom, right there.
Yeah. Is I was having
Right
to be the
before-
linchpin of timing for the nukes between the two of them, where I would have to scream for John to drop or for Josiah to go in.
Well, I was
Because they
low
were
resources
coordinating,
there.
but it was
But
but
you
it was
helped.
more.
I had
You were
gotten
coordinated
one
with-
double. I
Bruce at
went
6
down and got
lives.
my neutral target,
Yeah.
and then immediately dropped. I was yelling for Josiah to go after I got my neutral target so he could deal the damage that needed to be done.
There's this wall of blue after that, and now we got Brew
So,
at 4 lives, Beans at
you can-
6, and
you-
Do Not
you can
Pass Go
see-
at 6.
Than moves over for a second because I'm screaming from Vortex. They're on the blue ramp. They're on the blue ramp. They're just sitting there on the blue ramp, letting me hit them for a little bit during that. And I think I put Baden down twice. Maybe I'm thinking of a different. But it basically just became okay, my job is now to stay zone controlled while John goes out and potentially kills them. Where are they? What are we doing?
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm downstairs trying to
Yeah, because I
trying
just
to
got
put
all
them
the
in a bad
resupply.
position.
Yeah, I just got the resupplies. And I don't think I'm downstairs. I think I'm just harassing.
The lives disparity is crazy.
So we
Fan
flip
at
sides.
13 to Do Not Pass Go at 4.
Yeah. So
we
flip
were able
sides.
to deal a lot of damage off that nuke.
Yeah.
I would like to see him looking to nuke as soon as possible.
You know, it's crazy. Like,
Possibly grabbing.
I imagine if you are part of US Supercharged, like, this is a hard game to watch back. We were watching, we had a watch party from my house, and we were watching, and look, I absolutely voted that All-American was going to be the second place team. So did Glader, and so did the community. They thought that US East was going to be higher. They voted them third compared to you guys fourth.
Do not pass go out of the game.
And it's because these guys on US Supercharged had basically done it before. You know, these are a lot of big names. With all due respect, despite you guys being world champions as of the previous year, that was home field advantage. This was in a neutral arena. You guys coming in to fight these guys. The expectation was that All-American Supercharged was going to win this match. So watching this game go the way it was pretty dang surreal. It kind of broke a lot of paradigms we had developed over the last 10 years watching these players be dominant.
Beans is filling up. He's giving them a lot more breathing room.
And they were able to fill up Brew there.
Yeah.
Full Brew Heavy's crazy.
Yep. So John just flushed them out of not Vortex.
Bilge.
No, the entryway. I can't
yeah.
remember. I can't remember what
Airlock?
they're called. Airlock. There we go.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm at the bottom of blue right now because that's where DK was asking me to be.
Yeah, they're still playing airlock right now.
Yeah.
Brew is on like green hallway.
Okay, Calkins is
There's the nuke. Do Not Pass Go is out. Scythe at 1 life.
Ammo's on
Yep.
one.
The game feels pretty locked up.
Scythe and Brew are going to
So this
Question
is kind of
can they
where-
survive?
Yeah, this is where a little bit of discourse begins. Admittedly, because DK's plan was okay. Now that we know we're winning, just survive. Whereas John and I kept trying to push into them to fight, and DK's thought was basically we just don't want to give them points to use to try and come back. And it makes sense, but I was more wanting an elim really badly.
My
very
brain
many.
all tournament was just fully kill.
Yeah.
They know how to hunt. They know how to be forward.
It was hard for me to sit back.
Resupply spread out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was able to hunt pretty decently in this arena,
Make sure that they catch it.
and weave around where I needed to.
Send the rest of the team out.
I mean, this was straight up like the most I would call it the most decorated tournament you've ever had. You really shined in this arena. Like, what would you attribute that to?
There goes another.
I think it's purely from me just watching and learning from Josiah, from you, from Joe, and I'm gonna give credit to Caleb too. Some of my play style comes from how Caleb plays. So
Slaughtermelon's pretty good.
and he's got 3.5 minutes. So you really think you've got to save this game as East.
Yeah, y'all are just cleaning it up. They are not gaining many points back.
The big issue is Baden is hiding, and we're trying to figure out where he is.
Yeah.
So we just swept Beans out of airlock, and he dies.
We see down here 3 minutes left. So Baden with 16 lives and 3 minutes left.
And so I just found Cody.
This time left, there's a very good chance he survives. You could say that maybe
they're committing
settlement you can make for long.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just hunting.
And so now
Yeah,
John
I just
found
found
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
having people sweep, but it looks like they found. It looks like
And Joe, you're sitting here with a 2-hit diff.
all be pulled up together.
Like, what made you able to get such a successful hit diff in this game?
Just sitting in Helm harassing them anytime they'd look away, honestly. As soon as they tried to come out for John, if they'd pass by red, just 1, 2, 3 in the shoulder. And then there were several times in Vortex where it was just, hey, I hit once, I hit twice. John goes in and hits.
5 minutes ago, it kind of looked like an Elam was on the cards. And then
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then Brew just starts reset chaining us.
Yeah.
That was hard. I was a bullet sponge this game, man.
I kept telling you to leave. I was like, just run away. I'll stay with him.
Brew could fill completely up.
On YouTube specifically, yeah. He got you
Yeah.
both.
I believe Brew was on like 10 lives or something.
Then Josiah comes in, is able to get him.
Much easier to deal
Yeah.
with then.
And so we know we're hunting Stu down.
Right, and it would have been.
And the problem is I'm admittedly not the fastest of people, but I'm keeping tabs on where he goes.
They still aren't
And I'm calling out.
hunting Brew, I don't think. They got
And so we've kind of isolated into like one-man hunts. Stu being hunted by me, and then John hunting Cody. But the problem is as they're saying, we've lost complete track of where Baden is with 14 lives still.
Yeah, 1 minute left.
With a minute left, yeah.
So while we're waiting for that minute to count down, because look, Brew's going to survive this game now. 1 minute left, 14 lives.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it was that allowed you guys to get such a massive hit diff over the enemy team here? You guys are leading by about 12K in terms of score.
The major point in this game was the Josiah pushing in on the nuke.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to sit on blue ramp to retake that space instead of just going to bilge, and they got punished for it. Like immediately, both me, Josiah, Joe, Marcus, even DK and Dan were getting shots in, and we were just reset chaining them the whole way down. Once they finally went downstairs, they were able to fill up Brew, fill up a couple other people. But by that time, I had already gotten to another nuke, which killed out Lenny, and then it was over at that point.
Yeah, and this is where I'm screaming where he is, and I'm just like, well, someone's going to come get him, right? Like,
Yeah, I got him right there.
yeah. I was thinking it would be a little faster, but I was like, okay, because I was trying to stop him from getting his base, because I was like, he's trying it, like,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of it was basically we just kept playing front to back, which was we're going to make them run into us and just keep kind of trying to push them back. And then once that happens, we just need to have better reset management, which was usually not that we were better than they were, more so just we were staying healthier. And so it managed to allow us to come back out faster. Most of what we were hurting on that game was like shots, just because we were having trouble digging them out initially. So the name of the game on this one, per the professor, is we just need to survive. Like we're going to try and beat them still, but the ultimate goal is survive. Because they may try something strange as a last desperate attempt. And so my game becomes I need to keep track of Cody and Baden in particular on this side, is what I was told.
And they do something kind of interesting. They put Scythe back on Commander, and he had not really been playing Commander for about, I don't know, the last couple of days, I think.
Yeah, he hadn't played it towards the second half of round play.
Yeah.
I think he really only primarily played it in the first round.
They do something else strange here that you won't catch on the camera right away.
Yeah, tell us what happened.
Baden is underneath us right now. He is at the bottom of blue ramp coming after us. So they have given up on playing defense and they are trying to force us into weird scenarios. So I put 2 into him before realizing that this is Baden, and Josiah shoots him down. Because I had initially thought that was Cody from the angle I was at, because I just saw a big guy coming at me and I was just like, okay. And when I put 2 in, I went, that's not Cody.
Okay, so your resupply were able to get safe into new tower, but here comes Baden, who is just running into your resupply. He's going for a desperate offensive play here.
Yeah, and DK is doing his best to try to reset him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, holy cow. Yeah, this is a very aggressive play that turned out successful. Now Blue has both the main resupply spots.
Problem is Blue just went down, and he's on 7 lives. And he has to fall all the way back.
Yeah, Than goes down. The other problem is we have no presence in Helm, so Cody is just doing whatever he wants. And I can't get out to get into Helm because now there's another 3 hit in my face. As I'm trying to come out, I'm in red tower fighting with Josh right now. And so I'm having trouble because I'm trying to basically help fend both 3 hits away. Because once Baden leaves, Josh comes in. And then, if I recall correctly, once Josh leaves here in a second, Baden comes in.
Yeah, Baden's already full.
Holy cow. This was a really bad spot for you guys. Just the fact that Cody's got a 3-hit diff and Gru's full, Josiah on 7 lives.
Something weird happens here, if I recall, where I have made a trail and I do not come back up, and I believe Beans chases me by accident, and I think it might be later in the game, but it ends up saving us because the attack stops because of it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because I remember I was standing there just like, well, he can't shoot me now, and he turns around and shoots me on reflex. And I remember even he looked at me, he just went, no.
Because who is that right there? That must be Scythe or...
So I've been missiled now, so I haven't come back up. And so because I haven't come back up, I can't be shot anymore.
Gotcha. Now, Baden gets missiled off of that.
Yep.
Because he missiles you, but Josiah missiles him.
And then DK shoots me.
Beans gets into the resupply.
Beans shoots everyone and me and gets put down for a chase.
They're being very aggressive here. And Cody with the new tower or Helm, so just... You guys have had no stable setup this whole game. Josiah's at 5 lives.
I've been getting wrecked.
Yeah, 2 hit diff to 0.5 hit diff. I remember the opening of this game going so poorly that we actually thought about halfway through this game that US East was going to win the match. So I'll be interested to rewatch this. I haven't rewatched this for about 6 months now.
So we're finally starting to fight for Helm. That's John in there.
Yeah, I'm finally in bridge, trying to take space.
And I'm basically just covering red right now, trying to make sure that no one comes in on Josiah.
Josiah has just finally got new tower.
Yeah. Well, he's finally back being able to get doubles. He's not having to fight for his life as much anymore. So now John and I are kind of starting to come out a little further.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back really soon, though, because I'm 10-19.
If I remember correctly, Baden is on the red ramp, not on blue ramp. He's on the red ramp trying to come up. And so
I put it in there.
What I'm trying to do is just keep him away for right now, and that's why I'm not leaving the Helm and why I'm not getting lives like I want to.
Josiah's just running trails like a good noodle.
Yeah, because Josiah just came out. John just ran past me. Marcus has already ran past me. So I'm like, okay, I can't be back getting doubles right now.
Here comes
this nuke is purely defensive. This is to try and get a leg in the game. This was not us. Like, I was not trying to drop that to gain any space, like forward space. I was dropping that purely for defensive space
Well, Josiah's
because they
in
were
on
being
that.
so aggressive.
Yeah. So now I'm standing at the end of Blue Hall and I'm getting doubles because I'm like, hey, I really just need lives. Now that I've got lives, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I have my responsibility and I need to go to bridge again, or I need to go to helm again.
Bruce pushed forward on 7 lives as the heavy. Bruce
And so now that I have space again, I'm like, okay, I gotta go out because I think somebody's in helm.
This
Yeah.
was a very impressive recovery. You
Cody
guys have
gets
made
me.
it back on resupplies and score.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody gets me, and then John comes in, gets Cody.
Cody and Helm. I did see
I don't know that Cody goes down. Cody
He
gets
does right there
John
by
and Josiah.
DK.
And so finally someone screams Cody's down, I believe, and I'm just like, oh, so that's my space now. And I run in. It might be after this one. Because Cody's doing what I've been doing most of the tournament, and now I'm trying to get
they could cut him off and
anything to get moving in. So I get Cody, and I'm finally like, okay, it needs to be my space.
So that nuke push from Josiah, which was meant to be defensive, ended up pushing the enemy team down. Is this Bilge? This looks like Bilge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that's
is Bilge.
So they're downstairs now.
So I'm in red tower,
John
just
is
neutraling
in.
with Cody and Helm.
Yeah, I'm trying my best just to keep pressure. I do not want them to try and gain any resupplies and be able to push back up.
I would like to see get some shots resupplied while they're fighting.
Scythe is pretty good to go again, it looks like.
Yeah.
Like somebody could be flushing Cody out and
Most of the team is.
Joe takes back the helm.
American has 3 more bases, so on points they're only about 1,500 ahead, which isn't going to be enough. They had such
Fans sitting up nice in new tower, Joe in the helm, so you guys are back in your comfort zone. They're downstairs. Although you're all about
And then-
even on resupply.
Yeah, and so I just hit beans, so now I know that someone's in chapel. I'm screaming it out to John. Like, and so the issue here is what should happen is I need to get lives, so that way I'm ready to go when John comes back. But
Yep.
I
And
have
I'm
no
coming
idea
back
what's
right
going
now
on.
because I have a nuke.
Yeah,
Good. Yeah. You have a nuke. Scythe is literally full.
Yeah.
He's ready to go.
you can see me point to Marcus, literally at where someone is. I'm like, Marcus, right there.
And so is Baden. So the enemy counterattack is imminent.
Yeah,
If they don't do something with this, some strong push, like it's over for them.
so they're coming up the blue ramp right now is what we're screaming out. They're trying to come back up. They haven't completely left Bilge, but they're coming up the blue ramp. They're starting to pressure again.
And I drop
or
here.
green ramp, not blue ramp. Sorry.
El Diablo triple tap and Scythe there. That's good. John
I'm
with
not
a
sure if
nuke.
Scythe drops back.
and Helm off of that nuke. I believe
Okay. Looks like
So
that
this is where
nuke
Baden is
stopped
on-
Scythe.
Yeah, this is where Baden's on red ramp trying to do the god shot. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just get him.
the fan.
Um,
Sam sitting on 11 with Scythe still holding another nuke.
Hey, I made trails too. Look at that.
Look at that.
yeah.
Fill in heavy.
But really needs to drop
This
in
was
here.
such
Please
a
let us
brawl.
get up and get control.
No, you guys are just playing. You're walling up. You're sticking to DK strategy. Live.
Brew is on.
At this point, Scythe and Brew really need to make a strong
Yeah.
counter push.
So there's 2 of them on the rampway is what I'm explaining to everybody.
Yeah, I see you there pointing fingers at people.
Because I shot Stu, who's with Baden now. And I'm just like, hey, they're trying to come up our ramp side now. And Josiah's just making trails in. And then Josh finally comes into helm, and I'm like, well, this is going to stink.
Yeah, you can't do much about that.
Yeah.
To put down the 3-hit threat.
I really struggled getting ammo this game.
Very good. Good awareness. Some
Yeah, you're full of lives, but only 20 shots.
from
Yeah.
just making sure to keep somebody in helm and make sure that they have shots going out.
Feels like a real stalemate. You guys are walling up pretty okay here.
Yeah, we're doing a good job of keeping their really aggressive plays at bay. Right here, anyways.
Yeah, Brew and Scythe are already both back down to about half of their resources.
Yeah.
Cody's almost at nothing.
Tower, maybe in helm. Just he needs to provide more support here. He's bleeding a lot of points.
So I came all the way back because we were having trouble giving me resupplies where we said we were going to, which was red. And so, in essence, I'm just like, hey, I need. Here's where I'm at, DK. I don't really need shots. I've just been bleeding. Like they're downstairs. We're not killing them, but we're not dying.
Here's
He's dropping a nuke now.
Scythe's dropping and detonating. Looks like we got some trails from your team.
This lack of coordination between them is the nukes.
It's doing okay. You guys are just holding out. You're not letting them break through. Like, Brew really needed to be in your resupply by the time that nuke went off.
Yeah. But we're at a 9K deficit right now. Although we're catching back up right here.
But you're missing 6 bases, so it's really just a 2K or so.
If they get him down,
But Than is lacking bases, so that will hurt you if he goes out at 3 lives.
Needs to fill up. Your turkey playing very low this game. Not within nuke range.
I'm still low on shots, but I just came back getting some shots from
hits on West, very low.
DK. He used his boost.
Cody had
He's his
0.
boost.
As well. If simply
Yeah.
gets this nuke off first,
Yep. You guys have just kind of dragged this dang fight out. But Than is about to die. So you guys have not been able
I'm
to
trying
really
to
get
get
back
lives
into the
here.
resupply. I can tell.
I'm still just bleeding lives trying to get any amount of lives going because Baden's just sitting on our rampway fighting us.
It is very
So now
difficult
I'm
to tell
fine.
what's happening.
I'm finally getting it's a rough camera location. So Than dies, and so I go, okay, well, my goal is to hold Helm till I die now.
And there's 5 minutes left, so there's a real possibility that you guys get eliminated from the game in this situation.
you really want to be proactive with your nukes. You never know what the situation is.
Especially with John not having a nuke in the chamber right now.
We have a bit of a miracle coming up.
Yeah, I had just detonated it right after Scythe detonated his to take pressure off.
Or, thankfully for
Yeah.
they're all really solid players. They're playing good hits.
So
I put
It
Brew
doesn't
low.
look like Scythe or Brew know where Lenny is.
Yeah,
They haven't got
they're in
that.
airlock. They know they're in
Nope, Scythe
airlock,
took up.
but they're supposed to be in
Brew did.
bilge, and they're trying to call them up blue tower. And I'm just getting eaten in bridge.
Fighting out there. They're not locking things down. It looks like they might be.
Yeah, this is
Me and Josiah are just playing together right now.
Yep,
which is really good because y'all needed you need this counter attack.
yep. So I'm still in Helm. My triple tap Scythe. Get one more in. Get Lenny once.
Make sure they're full as well. Lenny will fall and Snipe on 6 lives.
The main battle's downstairs here. Brew is up at new tower.
Upstairs.
So Brew gets penalized for a block, if I recall.
DK's got to run for it.
66
And you guys have no more lives, so what you have right now is what you get for the next 3 minutes. If you were hiding, I don't think you guys would die out with the amount of lives you have, but you might. But with the points deficit, if they can elim you, they will win the match. This is where we were starting to really panic at home. We were like, oh shoot. Like, Lenny's not going to die here. And it's very possible that if Scythe gets this nuke, red team is going to be eliminated and they will win the match.
Yeah. So as you can see, somebody just came out of airlock because that's where their resubs are.
Not a good look.
That's this area down here.
Yeah.
We got 58 lives.
7 shots.
Yeah, you can kind of see people running around down there. It's the hive of the blue people.
I think at this point, I'm trying to find them to kill them, but also I am thinking like I need to find DK to get ammo because I need him to be able to reset my shield with how many lives I'm sitting at.
Going to be happening here.
So
But
my
with Brew and Scythe still in the game, like I can't hold back.
Yeah. So my goal right here is I'm holding blue tower because I'm like, if we need a fallback spot, I am the fallback spot now. And I'm 13 lives is too few to be hunting. So something happens here that is kind of ridiculous.
This changes everything. You can explain it. But
which
but I just want to say at this moment at home, we literally thought All American was going to win the match. So go ahead and explain it. But this moment is crazy.
With Baden on 5, John has started a nuke, and Josiah is in there resetting them currently. What's going to happen is Josiah is going to get a missile as the nuke drops, taking 5 instead of 3. And as soon as the Baden's dead call goes out, it kind of just changes. Instead of me being in blue tower, I immediately run back over to Helm, if I recall, because Baden's dead now. The other heavy is out. And so I go, I need to be the buffer. DK, you need to get with John and Josiah. And now we just need to play the shield game against Josh.
Yep.
And boom, just like that, Baden goes from like 7 lives within a few seconds all the way down to 0, and he's out. And the game is basically over from this point.
And with that should be the match.
Everything flips. Like their medic. I'm just gonna go back for a second. I'm gonna look. So we're at 455. So when Than died, you know, we go 2-1-0. Lenny was at 9 for a minute there, then 6, and he stayed alive this whole time.
Mm-hmm. So I don't actually go over to Helm. I remember this now. I didn't know how much time was left. So I back off into the blue ramp. There's a section where almost halfway down, you can see the pointing at it is pointless, where Josiah and John are both watching. That wall has a little divot. And if people aren't running really low, their shoulders will appear and you can hit them in the side as they're coming in. And so my goal is I'm going to buy as much time as a decoy with 12 lives onto them because we're winning is what the announcement over the intercom was.
Me and Josiah are just playing to live. We're walling against Scythe. Like,
precisely.
Scythe and Cody are trying to push bridge. Like they're trying to push us because Scythe is close to a nuke and he knows that we're low. Like they know Than is dead. They know we're low. So me and Josiah are just trying our best to hold back tower to keep them out and stay alive.
Completely crazy.
And so I'm even telling Josiah right now, hey, like as he ran back, I go, Josiah, I'm watching your side. And he goes, and like you can kind of see him look for a second over to me. And you can see Josh is starting to change the way he's approaching now because he's realizing that like he has to come in slow because Josiah can pop shot him. But then he has to come in low and fast if he does manage to get Josiah, right? And so right now I start dealing with Cody. John then gets him because he shoots me. And so this is the epitome of look at me, I'm a target because I have a ton of lives. I can bleed as long as we live.
Yeah.
And so that was my whole goal is I was like, I did not do well this round. As long as I can make them look at me as much as possible, that's fine. Because I just felt like I was getting eaten alive by the 3 hits being forward so constantly. I didn't feel like I was doing good.
The game's not over. Why'd you guys shift? What is happening? Did it end?
The game's over. Yeah.
Oh, it ended.
It ended on time.
Yeah,
ended on time. My bad.
Yeah,
I was so
one away from a
enthralled.
nuke.
I was so enthralled in the action. I was like, why'd you end?
Yeah. Once me and Josiah were in back tower, it was just defend. Like defend, and that was it. And we were able to hold him off. Scythe got 19 special points, so he's 1 hit away from getting a nuke, which would have killed Marcus and then put Josiah to 2.
Yeah. I didn't do, my 2 medic hits are probably the coolest thing I have going that game. I did not do well. I'm sure the 3 hits for the first time, it felt like ate me for breakfast. It did not feel like I got anything really going.
I was in the same boat.
That does not surprise me to see that one right there because DK was going nuts.
25-8 on Brew.
And that's why
crazy.
It's because Brew was just constantly in.
Yeah, he was constantly boosting us, and so it was we always had shots. I was just playing this fine line. It felt like of do I have enough lives to live through what's about to happen? Because it felt like at one point I could see the writing on the wall of we're going to lose Than, and it's can we survive that point forward? But I felt like I was just I couldn't get away from everyone long enough to really do anything. And Baden 12-7 and Josh 10 like I did fine with almost everyone else, but Josh and Baden ate me for breakfast. and I couldn't.
Yeah,
get
Cody
it
and
to shoot
Josiah
Cody.
alive. 29
Yeah.
and 9.
Cody, jeez.
Because that's what I was doing in Helm is exactly what Cody got there is if there's pressure at all as a scout,
Yeah.
you could just bop, bop, bop and just get a ton of people. There are a couple games where I just down 3 hits on repeat because they're having to deal with either John or Marcus or Josiah. I'm just hitting DK and I are just pinging them in the shoulder from the sides. And so it's, yeah.
Big credit to the US East backline. Jeez.
Yeah, seriously. They were not letting me in. I only had 2 medic hits.
Yeah.
The rest were from nukes.
No one got more than 2. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's I mean, your goal coming in was to survive. So it's not like this is kind of the game plan, you know?
Like we were planning to fight them as hard as we could, but the ultimate backline goal was we don't need to score a ton of points. We just need to live because I think we had like an 8,000 point lead or something from the previous one. And so it was,
Here's
3-8 to 2. Yeah, we had 12,000.
12K.
So as long as we didn't get eliminated, DK was basically just like, look, as long as we just all don't die, we shouldn't lose the match. We just need to not into them, right?
Sheesh.
When they go downstairs, we fight them, but we don't. Yeah.
Man, and Joe with the 1.6. Like you guys
into beans.
just
Yeah.
outshot them the first game.
And that's what I mean by that Helm Scout is so ridiculously strong. It's so important to have that one there because I was just able to shoot beans. And admittedly, there was probably a good like minute or 2 in that match collectively where I was just sitting there in Helm, ducked down, watching Baden and Vortex calling out that he's there. And I'm not moving. I'm not standing up to shoot him because I'm just like, he's not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I'd rather me as a scout not be accomplishing anything for a heavy not accomplishing anything. And I'm sure that was very frustrating for him because he's like, is someone going to go dig him out of Helm so I can do things? And the answer was no, because John is shooting them. But
Yeah.
Holy cow. I don't know. I'm curious how you guys feel about it all because, I mean, we at home were like, holy shit, this is history in the making right now. We were up, jumping around, hugging each other. It was crazy. And it's not that we don't like the people on US East. It's that the people that are from our home site were like, had beaten them on the grandest stage in the world. It was very big.
And not only that, there's always the US versus US rivalry, right?
Of course.
It was something where, we kind of, we talked with DK at lunch one day about it. And he was like, I'm not losing to them. And we were like, we're going to do our best, DK. Like, he was like, we will be the better US team. And he was like, I don't care what it takes to get us over that line. He didn't actually say that, but it was very much a point of we're going to try and cement ourselves as the better US squad because, like you said, that's a powerful lineup. You have Scythe on there, who's very, very well respected. Baden, who, if I recall, started as a New Zealander, and then he's played a ton, and he's always been a powerhouse of a player. Mm-hmm. You have Beans, you have Cody. Lenny is really good in his own right. Stu is a very, very good player. Like, it was just another huge roster to have to play against. And so it was kind of a point of, this is our test, right? We need to, if we can't beat Brisbane A and B, we need to beat US East. And so
I think a lot of it also was just us going, we need to get podium. Please let us get podium.
There was a desire to get to podium. It was very strong.
What do you think, you guys, what was the biggest lesson you learned in Brisbane that you can take with you to future tournaments?
My point of scouts has been proven. You can go be a bullet sponge for your 3 hits and keep calling things out, and it's fine. You just need to not die, in essence. As long as you're being, like, obviously don't sit there and die for nothing. But if you're making them look at you or have to come deal with you, something that Josiah and I have joked about is a lot of the BRDL games felt like me yelling, "Screaver, go away, I don't want you here," as the heavy just ran at me, which is fine. I'm happy as a scout to draw that level of attention. But even in that game, I kind of talked to Josiah afterwards. In the second one, I was like, I ented the whole way through. I didn't do anything besides just call things out and occasionally trade with a person, and then try my best to just hold space for everybody. And that's something that I've talked about scouts needing to do, and now doing it myself, I'm like, okay, that is correct.
Good stuff. What about you, John?
I think it's probably just being more intentional with my speed. Like I'm a fast player. And I have learned that in the past with being, taking things slower. But I think I can still have that speed, but be more intentional with it. Not just zooming everywhere. Zooming when I need to.
Skate fast, smoke grass, eat glass.
Can you say that on YouTube? Moving with purpose is what I call it. It is going fast for a little is helpful. Going full throttle constantly, as someone else in the community once said as a guest on your podcast, Luke, it's not helpful if you miss things because you're going too quickly.
I think it depends on the arena too. I think Brisbane gave me more space to be able to move fast constantly. And I was able to do a lot with moving fast constantly. Whereas like the Loveland arena, if I'm moving fast constantly, like there's no reason to be moving fast constantly in Loveland.
Yeah.
Like zero reason.
St. George is my favorite example of that.
But like, and then Cuse, like there's no way I'm running around Cuse constantly.
Those walls.
There's absolutely no way.
Too much to miss inside of the maze.
Yeah. Like
moving quickly is fine, but yeah, sprinting is.
I think as I continue to play and learn arenas more and how they play and all the angles, I think then I'll be able to move with more purpose. But until then, I'll just, I guess I'll just be walking around. I'll do the old Joe way. The century.
It's okay. You can say I'm out of shape.
or the feeder way, the century heavy.
Yep. You're gonna come into me and you're gonna die and you're gonna like it because I'm not coming out for you.
Exactly. But also, I haven't played really anything other than Medic since the tournament. So, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving Medic. I love it.
All right, guys. Well, it was an honor to get you on to finally hear your thoughts. Thanks for indulging me 6 months after the fact. But, maybe we needed a little break from Nats 25, and yet we need to get this in before we all jump on board for Nats 26.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Any final thoughts about this game or this tournament?
It was a well-thought tournament. I'm glad I got to go out there. It was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Thanks to everyone who showed me all the good food spots. I don't want to eat anything else. I just want to go back to eat food.
It is crazy how much I knew that statement was going to be true going over. But coming back, how much things taste different is insane. I was even joking with Josiah. I was like, even on the flights out, I felt like I could or the flights back, I could tell the food still tasted different. And I was just like, that's frustrating. I want that food. Even going to Subway twice, I was like, wow, this does taste way different. That's crazy.
Yep.
I just missed that Korean barbecue, man.
Oh,
holy.
Oh, there were so many good places.
Sorry to make everyone hungry, but
sounds good, man.
That Asian market was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It was so bomb.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. It was an honor. We're going to wrap it up there. If you have any questions for these guys, leave a comment below. And we look forward to NATH 2026 coming up soon. Say goodbye to the people, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Force Pro Sports. Subscribe to the channel and get cool perks by supporting our Patreon. Play Laserforce and become part of this era's next great sport.